Bossing, skilling, guides. Hey guys, it is Scuzzy, and welcome to the official episode 1 of Adrenaline and Beyond. This episode, we're going to look at the ability Onslaught. This is the main, main attraction for this series. This is the whole idea behind it. I wanted to see if it would be viable to use Onslaught. I know a lot of people already do use Onslaught, but I want to test it with a couple of different things, so I figured may as well start with Onslaught. So what is Onslaught? Onslaught is an ability that you can purchase with a Mazcam ability codex or with the Onslaught codex, and it's a channeled ability that will allow you to do a lot of damage. I just want to see if it's enough damage to actually have it and purchase this type of item. Now, the way it works is it begins with an orange visual effect, and it has a 33% to 150% of your weapon's ability damage on your first hit. You need to have 100% adrenaline, so that's what I'm doing now. I'm getting to 100% adrenaline, and once you activate it, it will. Let me just see where it is. Here it is. So 33 to 150 weapon damage. Each channel adds 33% weapon damage to the max hit and takes 25 adrenaline. If you run out of adrenaline, the ability will start damaging you for 25% of damage dealt as payment, adding 1,000 base damage to this past 10 hits. So I'm just gonna do in the background a couple of tests. I want to know from actual RuneScape, not just statistics, but just from actual RuneScape, how many hits can you get in an Onslaught? What's like the average hit that you'll be able to get in an Onslaught without dying? And to do that, I've set up at my house with just my normal DPS gear. There are a couple things I do want to test. I did already test this food called the Great Gunkan. It's a food that heals you, a passive over time effect, and I just wanted to see if it helps in any way, because Onslaught starts hitting you a lot of damage, and the reason why you're not able to hit a lot of hits is because of that damage cap, unless you're in a Telos green beam. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure how this series is going to go, but I really want to test stuff. I love testing stuff. There's something called a Prism of Loyalty, and according to the wiki, it doesn't hinder the healing of Onslaught. The following will heal the user of Onslaught without interrupting the ability. So, this thing lasts for 5 minutes. You can place it down. I don't know if it has a cooldown. A cooldown is 100. No, sorry, that's Onslaught. I don't think there's a cooldown with this, but what you can do is you can use, you can put on a shield, and this is going to be in niche situations, but if you use barricade and then store on this, you'll be able to, wait, how do you do this? Store? Oh. So, this kind of takes up a lot of time. Okay. Anyways, so I don't know how much damage that's stored, but that kind of uses up a bunch of ticks. So now what we can do is we can get back to 100%. You'll be at 100% by now with what's it called? So I'm gonna eat a Great Gunkan just so I can get to full health. Then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to my melee main hand, and then do an Onslaught, and then switch my gear as I'm doing it. So I don't have the mage gear on yet. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna do this. Go there, and then turn on this scrim, so we get some healing effect from it. And this thing is it healing me? I don't know how many hits I got on there, but I did get to 3,991. So Yeah, no, something to test. I'm just gonna keep doing my onslaughts in the background without any voice. Okay, I just looked back at the recording, and I managed to get 12 onslaught hits in, and I died on the 13th one, which actually makes sense. Now, that could add one extra onslaught there. So, I think the average is 11 though. And 12 is just pushing it in most cases. So I'm just going to go for an onslaught again. And I'm going to count how many hits I get in. So, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I died on the 11th one. Also, I was hitting much higher numbers on that one, because I was using mage? Is that why? Huh. I actually kind of want to know how this prism works without the barricade. So I'm going to draw power from it. It's going to do 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Now, here's the thing. Can I attack this and then get 1,000 done to me? And then attack it again without any ticks lost? Does not seem so. Nope. So, that being said... Wait, hold on. Nope, that takes like a global cooldown to do that. So, Prism of Loyalty is not going to be worth doing, unfortunately. But we can switch our pocket slot items. So it may be worth switching to the melee gear, and then putting on either Scrimshaw of Vampirism, or what I'm going to test right now is if you add Congealed Blood to Super Zamorak Brew 4, this will make a Vampiric Blood Essence. Right, so you've created a new Blood Essence, Vampiric Blood Essence, and I'm going to check the charge. There's 1,000 charges remaining. But this can only be used with melee, unfortunately, so I'm going to look up some stuff. Okay, so we have the Vampiric Blood Essence here. When you wear it, it has a passive effect that has a chance... Actually, we're not even going to do the passive effect, but when you activate it, the next melee hit within 20 seconds heals for 25% of damage dealt to a maximum of 2,500. The active effect can be used once per minute. This cooldown is shared with other Blood Essence, so that's probably not that great of a thing, except the Tireless Essence. Each passive effect consumes 1 charge. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put on our melee switch, and then do an onslaught, and then change our melee gear. So, there we go. Do that. Change this as well, and activate it. So does it do it more than once, or is it just once? No, it seems like it's just once. Okay, so you'd have to time that one correctly. And it's a maximum of 2,500 health. So you'd have to hit a 10,000 with Onslaught. Okay, so I have another idea. If you were to use this Vamp Blood Essence, does it change a damage hit from Onslaught to a heal instead? If that's the case, you can wait until you're really low health and you think you're going to die from the next hit and then use the Essence. If that's the case, then you will you'll heal instead of take that, like, let's say it's like a 4k hit. You'll, instead of getting hit 4k, you will heal 2.5k, but it could still hit the 4k. So I want to test that real quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing we did before. We're going to switch So I want the scrimshaw to be on because it's going to be on when you're killing the boss. So I want to get the motion of taking this off and switching everything. Also, the another thing is you're going to have a magic aura on or a range aura on when you're doing this. Unless you are meleeing, then this method is actually pretty good. So, or it has potential to be good. So here we go. Okay, go. Nope, it killed me. You can use this ability again in 1 minute. So, check charge. Activate. I can't use that. So, it seems like it didn't negate the damage, but I may have done it incorrectly. So, I'm going to try again. Okay, we're going to go again, and we're going to go use the melee switch. Switch our gear. Take that off. Put this on. Activate. I guess I can't activate the Excalibur. Next hit is gonna. Nope, and it kills me. So, didn't activate, did it? It did activate. So this is so bloodthirsty. Your body requires at least 60 seconds recovery time between blood essence activations. So I wonder if you can do it second to last. I'll try again. Alright, here we go again. I'm going to take this off, put this on, and activate it. Should be enough time. So go. Turn this off, put this on, then activate it. Maybe second to last. No. No, damn it. Didn't do it right. Okay, we're going to try it once more. Okay, here we go. I also changed one thing. If you are on Ancients, which I want to test if being on Ancients is good for Onslaught as well, you use Blood Barrage, you have 5% chance. Oh wait, no, a very powerful spell which also heals you for 5% of the damage dealt. So, I believe it has a 10%. Let me actually look. Yeah, it has a 10% chance. Well, Blood Barrage requires magic level 92 and can heal the caster by 5% of the damage dealt on the main target and by 3% damage dealt on secondary targets. It has a 100% chance to hit the caster when cast as an auto attack. Yeah, and if the spell is used with an ability, it only has a 10% chance to heal or 20% chance if the caster has Dark Form active. So that's what I was saying. I have Dark Form active here. It'll cost a little bit more prayer, but it might be worth it. So here we go. I'm gonna go to turn this on because that'll be on already. Then what you want to do is basic change to that. Turn that off, turn this on, and then by the time you get to, I don't know, let's say 3k health. Nope, it doesn't. I did that again. Oh wait, never mind. You can't use I'm stupid. You can't use Blood Barrage when you switch to your melee weapon. What am I thinking? That's not gonna help at all. So I'm just not gonna do that. So that's busted. So I think what this series is gonna be is just a bunch of testing and busting and seeing what happens. So I'm gonna try once more. I'm gonna try to do it at like 5,000 health. So I'll do it at half my health. Turn this on. Turn that on. Wait 10 seconds. Okay, should be good. So do Onslaught. Turn this off. Turn this on. Use that. And then once I get to like 5,000 health, one more hit. Okay, so now I'm using it. It healed me. So it healed me, but I think it also damaged me.
So now I'm using it. It healed me.
So I'm going to look back at that clip to see how many hits I did, and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so I looked back at the footage, and it's really hard to tell how many hits you get in before you die. I think the way I want to gauge it is how many hits I get plus 4 minus 1, because the last hit is going to kill you. So, that being said, that's how many hits that you got in, because the way it works is it hits you before it does the damage. It'll draw your life before you do the damage. If I see the footage correctly. Yeah, that makes sense, because the way you can see that is when you're looking at the footage. If you hit 4 times, then the tick after you hit the 4th time, you actually take damage, which doesn't make sense because you're not supposed to take the damage off the 4th hit. So that means the damage was taken before you actually did the hit. So when you die, that means you didn't get that last hit on there. So like I said, the formula for how many hits you can get on an Onslaught is how many times you get hit, minus 1, and then plus 4, because 4 times you'll not get hit because you're draining the 25% adrenaline. Now, this is underneath, like when you're not using, special stuff from Telos, and this is just like a normal Onslaught. That being said, I don't think that this vampiric blood essence is good. It may be able to get me 1 hit, because if I try again to see how many hits I can get into a normal Onslaught. Okay, we're gonna count how many times. Okay, I'm gonna go look at that footage. I'll be right back. So I managed to take 8 hits, which means the amount of damage, or the amount of attacks that I did was 8 minus 1 plus 4, which is also 11. But I still don't know how I want to do this series. So I would love your feedback. One thing I do want to say is there is a guy named RexT who I found out last night had already done a huge spreadsheet for ability rotations and the best ones to have. Now, I spoke with him, and he made it available for me to use his spreadsheet, and I'm going to put his YouTube in the description. But I'm not going to introduce the spreadsheet just yet. I'll have that in more videos to come. This is going, I can already see this is going to be a really, really big series, probably anywhere from 50 to 100 videos, and it's going to just keep going up, because as time goes on, Jagex is going to add new things, and this series will definitely be updated, so it's the best that it can be at the given time of the video posting. I didn't come to any conclusions with Onslaught, and I don't think I want to make any conclusions just yet. I want to see what you guys think of the type of video that I'm posting right now. If you don't like this type of video, let me know. And if you want to see more towards actual, is like, if you want me to make the point in the video, yes, this is a good ability to use, or no, this ability is not good to use, then let me know. But as far as I can tell, it's going to take a lot of testing, and I want you guys to be there pretty much every step of the way when I'm testing things, because 1, I think it's interesting to do, and 2, I think it's it's good for the community to learn and build. And if it takes my failures of testing, I mean, that's how we've progressed always. That's how we progress, is by making mistakes, or trying new things. And if it's a mistake, then we move on from that and try to make it better. And if it's not a mistake, then hooray, we made some progress. But I just think that this is how I feel the series should go. I know it's ultimately my channel, but I wanted to get your feedback as well. You know, I'm the kind of guy that wants to go with my flow, not necessarily the flow of everybody else, but if I feel like something is good and comfortable, and the right way to do something, then I will, you know, within reason. If it's not like hurting anyone or anything like that, then and this, I can't really see a reason why this would be hurting anyone. So let me know what you think. There's definitely going to be multiple Onslaught videos, and probably multiple videos for each ability going through different things. But the spreadsheet that RexT has provided and made, he did a lot of work on it, and I really respect this dude. And I'm also thankful that I don't have to do it myself, because that's not really my forte. PVM is not my forte, but I'm learning, and I'm teaching hopefully some people as well, through my own learning. But like just yesterday, I didn't know that Smoke Tendrils was actually an ability that I should be looking into. And I also didn't know that if you cast Detonate for the full ability rotation, which takes 2 ability rotations, and then sneak an auto attack in with a two-handed weapon, it's actually better damage per global cooldown than Smoke Tendrils is, which is interesting. But you also have to look into is, you know, Smoke Tendrils lasts 4.2 seconds. This one lasts, you know, no, Smoke Tendrils last like 5.6. I don't know, but there you have to do it by damage per time, per adrenaline used. And the way I want to go about it is, any threshold will use 15%. It'll be negative 15%, but it will also be negative 8% on top of that because you didn't use a basic ability. I don't know if that's the right way to go about it, but when you're looking at things like Onslaught, it's going to be the original 100%, but also every hit that you do after that is going to be 8% that you didn't get because you're not doing another ability. So things like, especially things like Smoke Tendrils or Asphyxiate are going to be lower rank on the list because, you know, they take like 4 animations to do your damage. And I mean, there's really no argument. Thresholds are a must for a rotation, but it's deciding which thresholds to keep in and what special attacks to use, what ultimates to use, and all that sort of stuff. So this series is going to be crazy. It's going to be awesome. I'm looking for a lot of your guys' feedback as well. I'm going to be, you know, talking with RexT as well as Kakamil and a couple other people, maybe Eva Lucario. There's more people that are really good with DPS and doing damage strats and stuff, strategies. So I'm going to take advantage of all the resources that I have. That's including the people, wiki, you guys, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna make the best that we can out of this. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a great day. Follow me on social media and subscribe for more. Peace.
Lions roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day.